now that we have our tool set up in our holder, what we need to do is put this tool inside the CNC. So we're gonna unloosen this. And now we're gonna come over to the CNC, tilt the camera up. Okay, so now what we need to do is, I have already defined tool 10 is a 3/8 end mill. It's sitting in pocket number 3. So what we want to do is we want to move that tool to the spindle. So right now the spindle is cleared. So when I say move tool to spindle, it says, you see the warning, current tool is 0, meaning there's no tool in the spindle, and verify that it's an empty spindle. And it is an empty spindle. So now we can hit cycle start. Now this is now moved. We can see here now that the tool in the spindle is tool number 10. Now what I like to do is I like to generally go to manual, Z, and then I like to move my head down a little bit. I like to do that. That way when I'm inserting the tool into the spindle, if for whatever reason the machine decided to do a tool change, there is a delay because the Z has to go to its home position first before it can do a tool change. So this is kind of I mean, I've never seen that happen. I've never had it happen, but it's just I like to know that the head's down here, because you never know. You're doing things on the controller also here with your right hand while you're leaning in. Possibly you touch something you didn't mean to touch. So this is just something I like to do. So I always move the head down a little bit. Then you see here up on the top right, you have the drawbar that will open it. You insert the tool so the notches are lined up. And now we have the tool in the machine. Now what we need to do is set the tool. So we're going to move over an X. I'm going to come down in Z. And there's several different ways of setting tool length. Some people like to set the tool lengths off the top of their part. Other people like to use a gauge point, like off the back of the vise. If you had like a laser or a probe in the machine, generally a lot of times they sit on the back corner here, and this is going to be what we're going to use here. We're going to pretend to emulate that mode a little bit. So what I'm going to use is a 1, 2, 3 block, and this is going to be, assume this is like the probe point. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to touch the tool off to that spot in the 1, 2, 3 block. This gives us a fixed location for all tools, that no matter what fixture we put in the machine, another vise, a fixture that's mounted on the table, all the tools are touched off to a fixed location in the machine, not touched off the top of the part and not touched off of some back of the vise here. So we're going to come down in Z. When I get close, I then switch over to thousandths on the movements, because I just want to always make sure we're not gonna go down and hit something or crash over top of the 1, 2, 3 block. So the idea here with the 1, 2, 3 block is what you want to do is simultaneously I have my hand on the 1, 2, 3 block, and then I have my right hand up here on the on the movement wheel. And now what you want to do is you want to slide the 1, 2, 3 block and see when it hits, or see if it slides under. In this case, I'm hitting. So what I want to do is I want to come up on my hand wheel, maybe 10, 20 thou, 30 thou, and then try again. And I repeat it. And what you want to do is you keep coming up until you find that the 1, 2, 3 block slides under. When it then slides under, what you want to do is you want to come back down a few thou. So what I'm going to do is, and you can see this on the controller, I'm going to come down 2 thou, 1, 2. Then I'm going to try sliding the 1, 2, 3 block under, and you can see it touches. So now I know I'm within a thou or 2. So what I'm going to do now is come up 1 thou. You can see 1 thou is still touching. It's still a little bit of pressure. And if I come up another thou, it's going to slide under. So then you can leave it at a thou, but generally you want to come a little bit closer. So I'm going to move to tenths. And now I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to come down 2 tenths, 1, 2, and it slides under. Now I'm going to come down again 2 tenths, 1, 2 on the hand wheel. And now you see it's stopping here in the middle of the flute. Now, one thing you'll notice with end mills is that usually the flutes vary in their height by a tenth or two. So generally you might start to slide it and you see the first tooth it slides under, but when it comes to the last tooth it starts to get tighter. So you know, at this point we're more than close enough being within a tenth or two. So now what we want to do is we want to go to tool management. We are then going to go to tool setup, tool calibration length. So this is the distance from the 0 point of the z-axis down to where that tool is touching that fixed point. And you can see up here in the machine number we have negative 17.4973. We touch the tool calibration length field and we say set length using touch off device. And what that does is that now sets negative 17.4973 to the tool length. And last thing I like to do is just move my machine, move the Z up and out of the way. I move it up in thousandths first, then I move to 10 thousandths on the hand wheel, and then I come up. And now we can take outer 1, 2, 3 block and put this on our table because we're done with it.